And when you talk about excellence, we've seen so many very great, inspiring individual efforts this year as far as campaigns are concerned. But for us, we're focused very much on the present in NWSL in terms of the playoffs. So for us, who are a few of your top players that the entire world should be looking at as this playoff run, excuse me, continues to take shape?
I love this question. Got goosebumps because I love talking about players who've been doing the work.
There we go.
Um, I mean, with the season like this where we have seen so many records broken, I mean, there is no shortage of flowers to be given. So I'm going to start with the NWSL Golden Boot winner, MVP nominee at the time of this recording. We have not had results yet. We haven't even had the final vote deadline yet. Um, Temwa Chawinga of the Kansas City Current. She's from Malawi. In her first season in the NWSL, I was just saying that oftentimes international players come to this league, and there's usually a moment where they have to adjust, for example, to the level of physicality, to the transitional play, to the fact that no game is guaranteed.
Hmm.
Temwa did not have any sort of issue with that. And I know we don't need to contextualize in this conversation the politics of reducing a Black player to their speed. So let's just set that aside and assume that she's fast.
Yep.
What makes Temwa so special to me is the effortlessness with which she plays. As a striker, I think oftentimes, let's say a striker has, a breakaway. I think that I was raised and played most of my life as a defender, but I see sometimes, and I'm sure you guys have too, players will get in their head in those moments, almost like it's so easy that I'm going to second guess things. And they end up, taking too heavy of a touch, and then the keeper saves it, or going too far wide. And then they've done themselves a disservice because Temwa does not, rarely does she have that issue. She plays, and I've had this conversation with her, she plays in these big game moments, high intensity, as if she's just in her backyard. There's an effortlessness with which she plays, but also like a lethal nature to it. I mean, watching seasoned defenders in the NWSL struggle to contain her, not just because she's fast, but because of the way she moves, even when she's off the ball, is unlike anything I've ever seen before. She has scored against every single NWSL opponent. She scored in the quarterfinals. She won the Golden Boot before the season even ended. She has been uh, completely irreplaceable. Nobody else in the league can do what she does. And the fact that she has accomplished all this in her first season is truly extraordinary. Um, she's a joy to watch. And there's a part of me that wants Kansas City to make to the final, if only to be able to continue watching Temwa play. So Temwa Chawinga, for listeners who are not familiar, consider this your introduction, because she is one to watch. And as a bonus, she has an older sister, Tabitha, who plays for Lyon and also balls out. Like, the Chawinga dynasty is just getting
It's
started.
it's real.
Tabitha Chawinga, just pick a country and get your Chawinga on. um,
That sounds like a tag. That sounds like a tagline right there.
you know, that's how inspiring her game is. She's bringing out the poetry. Um, But to stick with the impact of African players, this year in the league, which has been an incredible story on its own. I'm looking at Zambian player Barbra Banda of the Orlando Pride, also a striker, also in her first year in the NWSL, has become critical to the Pride's success. I remember interviewing her right after she signed, and she, even back then, was very clear that she was about the business. I have a job to do, and I'm not really interested in anything else outside of that. I ain't here to party. I ain't here to soak up, trying to do American Dream. No, I am here to win
That's awesome.
and to play with Marta, which, we can give her that, right? She is another player. I was just having this conversation with someone. It For me, it takes a lot to make your off the ball movement as entertaining as whatever you do with the ball. And Barbara Banda does that. In addition to being a prolific goal scorer, she came in second in the league in terms of scoring goals after Temwa. She is a force. She is also incredibly difficult to defend. She links up great with Marta, other, Brazilian players on the Pride. Pretty much everyone who is around her, she's able to adjust to their style of play, and I think her presence on the field just elevates everyone around her, which, of course, is always a sign of an excellent player, right? So, Barbara Banda as well. She also balls out when she plays for the Zambian women's national team. She became the first player of any gender to score, like, multiple hat tricks across multiple Olympics, which is just, like, ridiculous. One of those hat tricks was against the Netherlands in the 2021, like, it's just kind of sickening. Also a joy to watch. I saw her live earlier this season when the Orlando Pride played against Bay FC and had my heart broken a little bit because she scored a last-minute header, which if it was anyone else, I would have wiped it from my memory at this point, but, being able to have a front row seat to that kind of excellence is not something that we should ever take for granted, and
Facts.
so I have to shout out Barbara Banda as well. I can be quite long-winded. How
Give
many
us
Can I name,
one
like,
more
one
to
more, or
watch.
how are we?
One more that's brought you joy in life.
Okay. Hmm.
So many to choose from.
One more who's brought me joy, one more who's brought me joy. So many to choose from. Oh, gotta go with Croix Bethune of the Washington Spirit. Now, unfortunately, she picked up a season-ending injury, a couple of months ago. Total freak accident, like, the definition, I think, of a soccer tragedy. But what she was able to accomplish up until that point, this is a Rookie of the Year nominee, a Midfielder of the Year nominee. Even having missed a significant portion of the latter half of the NWSL season, she still finished the season
Yeah.
leading the league in assists.
Yep.
That's
Again,
crazy. Yeah,
sickening.
that's
Yep.
crazy.
I thought that
Wow.
was the craziest stat that she won that title having missed significant portion of the season. Who knows what we could have seen?
Exactly, and in a way, kind of like a definition of Black excellence in the kind of like do twice as much always, no matter what. She did that. And the fact that she's still setting these records and accomplishing these feats, despite having to be on the sidelines the past few weeks, I think tells you everything you need to know. But she hopefully still has a long, fruitful career ahead of her. And if you have ever a chance to watch her play, please don't pass it up because she's special. True generational talent right there.